Hey everybody, welcome to WillBits. If you came here expecting a walkthrough or strategy guide for a mobile game, you are sorely mistaken, because the only thing dumber than mobile games are the idiots who play them. No, I'm just kidding. You guys are all great. Alright guys, the podcast episode is here. That's great. And we're gonna see how long this fake soul patch stays on my face. Place your bets! Is it gonna make it to the end of the video or not? There's a piece of scotch tape on here and the lights are making it a little sweaty, so pretty good odds. Have you heard there's a new podcast episode of Futurama available at Nerdist.com? Go take a listen and then come back here to continue the story. So I guess go watch that first, except that it's not live yet, now that I'm doing this here, so if you're watching it tomorrow, then it's up, and go listen to that, because I guess this follows that. This is gonna be another week-long, ending September 20th. We've been getting a whole bunch of these, just leading right in to, I guess, eventually Halloween, as we just kind of idle our way through September.
Now that I got my mom back,
apparently,
I'm gonna spend all my time with you.
I'm happy that we've been reunited. I don't know. I'm gonna assume she sounds like Tress McNeil, which is not that voice.
You'll be like the mom I never had.
I am the mom you never had. Robot arm noises.
Why, God? Why have I been singled out?
So while Bender's off doing that for about a minute, this way of setting up week-long events is probably going to seem really familiar to you if you've been even slightly paying attention over the course of this game. There's going to be 2 free characters, one of which is easy, one of which is hard. Hi, Flexo, probably, I assume. Close one there. And then our premium character is Chris Hardwick, G5 Nerdist darling and handsome man about town who I only wish would notice me, unless he's gonna notice me and notice that I have been making animatics of the podcast, and if you're gonna do something about it, then I didn't make anything and you shouldn't go watch it, even though it may look like there's a suggested link popping up right now. It's not there unless you like it, in which case go watch it immediately. A flawless defense, I'll never see it coming. Are you done yet, Bender? Alright, good.
Hey, Mom, did you see me bend this girder?
That's nice, dear.
Oh, Mom, you're pretending to care. I love you.
We got 5 files. Whatever this is. Files of some kind. Which is already enough to build that thing, but we're gonna read the thing first. It's getting late. I should find a hotel to rest my old machinery.
Don't be ridiculous. You're staying with me in my tiny apartment that also has a human living in it who I haven't asked if it's okay if my mom stays with us.
How did I raise such a considerate son?
You didn't remember?
Alright, de-waste files is the thing that we're collecting. But let's go ahead. Bender's mom is going to be the first thing we... Oh, I'm so out of space. I have no space left. You know what? It's time for the White House to go. Its drops are just too bad, and it takes up too much space. For now, you're going back there. See you in an hour, Mom! Flexo is in bending school. That'll be relatively easy to get. And then Chris Hardwick is our premium. He's a captain. So until you finish this quest, which takes about an hour of having Bender do a task and building that file, and then I assume that's probably going to get me some other things, some other D files to use. You're not going to be able to go to the space mission, which is Junkleon 7. I don't remember that from the show. I'm going to look really quickly. Okay, yeah, no, we have never seen this planet before in the show. This was created exclusively for whatever has happened in the podcast, which I haven't even listened to yet. So very confusing that our sneak preview was that we got an event that takes place after the podcast that we haven't gotten yet. Okay, that's fine. That's all right. while we wait on the rest of these guys to show up, I am going to buy Chris Hardwick in the comedy simulator. I can kind of cram it down here. It's a terrible place for it. Come on down. And it drops so many of these things. I think he said a line, his dialogue's really quiet. They'll probably bump that up a little bit later. Hi, Chris Hardwick, host of the Nerdist.
You a janitor?
No, I'm a game show host and a comedian, among other things.
Carry on then.
Would you happen to have a porn stash to pass the time?
You sure you're not a janitor?
Oh, Gruffy, oh. He can be the strong silent type, although it is important to notice a lot of characters can farm for these D-chips right now. So if you're a veteran, you may find a lot of the characters that you have are actually more useful than normal. Notably, Scruffy, Amy has an 8-hour task, Chris Hardwick has an 8-hour task, Fry has a 4-hour task, Mecha Hermes has a 3-hour task. Interesting to see him being used from the previous event. Reward for being in the Omicron event. Boop. Professor with an 8-hour task. Kif, 4-hour task. Nadinda, our kind of rarer prize from the Omicronian event. 2-hour task. Swish. Neil deGrasse Tyson, actually with an hour task. That's digging way back to one of the first events. And Earl has a 6-hour task. Pretty good sampling of people with things to contribute. So if you've been playing for a while and being diligent, there's a few nice things being thrown out for you to kind of pick up some stuff. Pretty sweet, actually. Oh yeah, I should point out the stickers that also dropped today. When you first logged in, you probably noticed that you got a bunch of free pizza, which is a pretty great. If you click on your settings menu, you can click on the sticker book, and you can actually see immediately which characters who have stickers you've collected and which ones you haven't. Notably, there are silhouettes for Nibbler, Zoidberg, and both of the Wong parents, Amy's parents, in there. As you collect them, you will get pizza. We can't get Zoidberg yet. He's not available in the game. Same for Nibbler. But these guys, especially if you were playing the Omicron Invasion event, these free characters netted you some nice bonus pizza, so good job hanging on if you have. This is, I guess, a preview of some things we have coming, and I gotta say, Mrs. Wong's silhouette is looking particularly interesting. I'm not sure if she's golfing or what's going on there.
I can.
All right, we're spinning a little bit of pizza to just get this moving. Thank you for your hospitality. There it went. It fell off. It just fell off mid-sentence. If you had your money placed on Soul Patch Falls Off, congratulations. Collect your prize at the nearest prize distribution center. You know where it is. Thank you for your hospitality, Bender.
Anything for my mom.
Anything? In that case, I'd like to meet my grandbots.
Well, maybe we'll run into one by chance. I sure as hell don't know where they are.
So, you'll need 250 D-Waste files, which it shows you here. I went through that whole rundown later. And you can also collect them in Junkleon 7. So that's nice. You're gonna need bending cards, which you get from the professor or Amy. So maybe don't send those guys off immediately to get D cards just because you can. This is probably gonna be more important. And podcasts, which is where the Feldspar Queen. Oh, that's our premium item. I'm not going to buy this one. I would expect Chris Hardwick to drop podcasts. Like he drops them all the time. Every week, I assume. Probably. It also drops soul patches for Flexo. So that's pretty funny. So without those, you're going to have Fry and Bender take care of their 4-hour tasks. Bad news if you've still got them on boot duty for Leela. Hopefully you've got her by now, though.
We're gonna have so much fun.
That's nice, dear.
Let me show you a drawing I made of us. It's a picture of us fleeing the cops after robbing a bank together.
Uh-huh. I see you've left me holding the bag. Next!
You know, Mom, you must have hundreds of kids besides me. What do you think about having a family reunion?
Oh, I don't care about my kids at all.
Ah, good for you.
The only family I care about is your cousin, Flexo.
Flexo, that guy's a jerk! Plus he got squashed by a girder and thrown out. He's probably rusting away on some junkyard planet.
Let's go already! Okay, so now we can collect files from Junkleon 7. Who do we need? Gotta have Bender! Good old reliable Bender. So definitely bring Bender in his robot form. Technically, you can do this mission with any Bender, and I know we just got Ramblin' Rodriguez, and he has a number of other costumes, but these gates specifically have default Bender picture, so a costume Bender will not work for getting through these gates. Anybody else you want to bring is fine. I've loaded up on my scientist regulars. Probably these paths are all gonna be familiar though. Like a level 12 is the hardest one that we've got here right now, and that's not too bad. This is a really cool background. This is like the internet. Oh my goodness, yeah, everybody's just getting one shot. So even on the hard path, it looks like you get about one file per fight. We're not even fighting Flexo, so he's probably in the next area. And overall, yeah, 33 files plus an extra 10 for my first clear through. Not bad.
Hey Bender, it's me, Flexo, your identical twin cousin. Hello, Flexo. I see the junkyard unsquashed you. Yeah, they fixed me up better than ever. Also better looking. If you ask, they might work on you too, cause man, you look you just installed a major ugly upgrade. I'm just kidding. You're reasonably presentable. Look, Flexo, I just reunited with my mom. I don't feel like sharing her with other bending units. Afraid your mommy's gonna leave you? Mom! Flexo's preying on my deepest fears again!
So yeah, we can immediately start working on Flexo as well. It's kind of nice that he's not like wildly difficult to get to. We're gonna also set you out here just to get a better look at you.
I can and will.
That also takes an hour to build. I don't know if I want to rush that one. Interestingly, once you've placed the bending school, and I guess it's finished, not just placing, but also getting crafted, you can go straight to the second mission. It's still probably going to be worth running through the rest of Junkleon 7 just to pick up an extra 10 pieces slices and the rest of the D-Waste files that are lying around, but they look relatively easy to get. I'm not sure what Flexo's going to be like, but Mom doesn't seem too bad depending on what the drop rates are like. 5 podcasts is either going to be really easy or exceptionally hard. I get the feeling it may be a little tricky since there are so few of them, and there is a premium item that mostly collects those. You're definitely going to need to make some room for the smokestack factory, which looks pretty thin, and the Corvetti Brothers bending plant, which does not. And those are definitely going to drop things that we need for Flexo. It's potentially going to be still worthwhile to give Bender's mom her D-Waste files first, but we have a lot of things to craft, so usually I think it's way more important, just like back in the Omicron event, to try and place down as many things as you can, as quick as you can. Monument Beach, you're probably going to go away over the course of this event to put the Corvetti Brothers plant in there, because it is getting a little crowded in our city with no new land to put stuff in. I'm really digging to find places to put stuff. It's going to be really, really hard for me to actually gauge how difficult this event is until it has progressed for a couple of days. So I can't really, other than speculate. It seems like it's going to be really easy, and I predict that it's probably going to be easy just because the last one was so difficult. In the poll that I've had going, only about 55% of people managed to pick up the Borax Kid. That's fewer people than picked up Nadinda, and she had an entire 1-month event leading up to getting her. The Borax Kid just had the events of the week leading up to him. and compared to Monique the week previously, had something like a 90% success rate for a secondary character. Flexo is a little more important to the lore than either of those characters, so I kind of hope they make him closer to Monique in the ease of getting her, where, like Shakespeare Calculon, Chris Hardwick's not going to be necessary for getting all of that put together, but should hopefully make it significantly easier. Like, easy enough that it makes it kind of a joke. I would suggest waiting, checking the Reddit, and seeing where he falls out, unless you just really like Chris Hardwick, or you're being a completionist, in which case, you've already bought him before even watching this video. I know how you work. If you're on the fence, I say wait a little bit. The primary thing he seems to help with is dropping D files, and those don't seem very difficult to collect, especially if you have a bunch of these other side characters who are going to be able to help you pick things up. But that's the basics. It's another one of these. What did you think of the podcast? Since in the comments, you're probably going to be able to listen to it. Currently, while recording, I haven't heard it yet. Was it any good? Was it disappointing? Is it going to be worth making an animatic to? And if you haven't watched that yet, I spent the better part of a day drawing together a little thing. So check that out if you haven't yet, because it's something I'm considering doing more of, because it is kind of fun to try and emulate the show's style a little bit. I'm not particularly overwhelmed currently, and I'm not really underwhelmed either. I'm just kind of whelmed. This is just sort of what I was expecting at this point. It feels a little like we're biding our time leading up to October, and I'm really hoping that something really neat is coming out whenever Halloween comes around. Maybe the week after next, though I have no idea what the schedule's like. That's all I've really got to say for now. You guys are all bad and insults, and here are insults. Nah, just kidding. Not insults. Bye for now.